What was it like watching all these top dudes just crash their brains out?
Honestly, it was just complete chaos. Like when I would see bodies just laying on the ground and we're rolling bumps to get through the race, it was quite bizarre, really.
And it all happened really quick too. I mean, you ride past Cooper and Sexton, you see they're down, and then on the same lap, you're riding past Anderson.
Yeah, and all I'm thinking is points, points, that's more points. Let's just keep it going. If we got to double through the rhythm sections, let's just do it.
Right.
And make something happen out of it,
Yeah.
So we went conservative mode after that, I'm sure.
So a lot of people are asking, too, about the track. Somebody commented live saying, how is nobody talking about how this track was dangerous? And I'm like, well, what was dangerous? That the layout, guys were talking about it pretty basic. The dirt consistency is what everyone's talking about being weird. Did you notice that, too?
Yeah, so the layout was super basic for me. I mean, we didn't struggle with anything like that. It was nothing complicated. Like the options were pretty simple. It was just double, triple on all the rhythm sections. And maybe some guys were going 4 over the tabletop, but it was pretty basic for the most part. The track was just so deceiving. We didn't understand where the bikes were going to go because the track was like, it was tacky dirt, but at the same time, it was slick at times. So a lot of us didn't really have control of where the bike would go when we were in a rut, because it did rut up a little bit on the faces. And I think that's kind of where it shook everybody. I would say like from the rhythm section where they were going quad and then before the finish line, and then that whole entire part after the finish line seemed like it was completely different dirt, like super hard packed and a little bit slippery.
Like where Anderson went down.
Yes, exactly. And that was getting everybody. I think, you saw the CARNAGE collision with the cross and it was just super slick right there. Right. So then we would move on to the next section after the big triple. And that was complete change of dirt. It was tacky, rutted up a little bit. We didn't know where the bike would go. So it was kind of just like a predicament there.
Interesting.
I really did think that Webb was going to pull something off. I actually was like, he's mentally tough as well. I thought he would be pulling something off, and you could kind of see it. Like he was taking off some riders. He got caught behind Barsha there for a second, which slowed him up. And he's got to be smart about that, dude. Cause he's a different guy.
Sure.
51%.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, and looking at Webb too in that rhythm lane, this is I need more of a rider's perspective on this, because they were talking in the night show how they think that Webb just kind of lost track of where he was at and tried to. I don't think he tried to triple in. Was a triple in where Webb crashed even possible?
No one was doing that at all. Like that wasn't even logistics of the rhythm section. So yeah, I think he just got lost, and that also could be like a lapper thing. Like I'd seen that he came into a lapper and the lapper doesn't ever pull over, which is super sad to see that. But that will mind boggle you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, and he also knows that he's got 23 right behind him.
Right.
So he's having to, he had to cut down a little bit and go off his original line that he was doing all main event. And then, he's just like, you could see at the very last second, gasses it hard to go 3. And then he brake taps because he knew that he was all messed up.
Right.
In the air, So, yeah, that wasn't even doable. Super, super crappy to see that, especially with their lapper to get in the way like that.
I know.
That sucks.
And then Sexton's got nowhere to go.
I just think, what do you think when Webb's going by you with one arm?
Yeah.
How weird was that?
I'm surprised he actually did the 2 laps that he did rolling like that.
It did not look good. I was hoping he wasn't going to have an Anderson moment where he just like goes off the track and crashes.
I mean, what's the hope there that by the time the race finishes, he's like in the 15th to last place and he can score just a couple points and not give up the full amount to Tomac?
Yeah, when you see 5 guys out like that, like the top dudes, you're just like, all right, I'm going to scrounge for some more points.
Yeah, maybe his mechanic told him, because it's not like he knows what's going on with Ferrandis and some other dudes at this point. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
Get some points.
But it shows someone just put it. He's a gangster. Like it really is.
Dude.
No other rider is who's already 30+ points back. No other rider is still gonna roll around with one arm to be like, dude, I'm still gonna get some points because I'm not out of this.
And he still looked mad. He still looked mad while he was doing it.
It's pretty wild.
It was wild. Yeah, he's got a heart of a lion, that's for sure.